Microlocks are not cheap, but they are definitely not as expensive as people make it out to be. If you have ever loved the look of Microlocks, but you've paused because of the price, then this video is for you. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Simply Onye, and on this channel I talk about microlocks, I talk about money and self-development. This particular series is going to be about microlocks for working women. I'm going to be talking about the true cost of wearing your hair in microlocks and maintaining microlocks. I'm going to be demystifying microlocks care for busy professionals, busy women, working women, and I'm also going to be clarifying the level of commitment that is actually required to maintain microlocks. So in case you're doing your research, in case you're deciding whether to get microlocks, I hope that this video is going to help you. So let's get on with it. So just a quick one, just to differentiate between microlocks and sister locks. I believe that both of them are tiny locks. Okay, sister locks are just tiny locks that have been branded to be installed a particular way, installed by a licensed professional. Those are sister locks. Microlocks can be done by anyone, be done by several different methods such as braiding, twisting, interlocking method, or even comb coils, whatever method you want, and that's just the difference. But I believe that both of them are all tiny locks. Okay, they are just roughly the size of my locks. So for this whole series, if I use tiny locks, if I use micro locks, yeah, it still encompasses sister locks also. I hope you understand. If you've decided to get micro locks, one of the first things you'll come across, or one of the major aspects, is the cost, the initial installation cost. Micro locks are priced differently depending on where you are. Okay, I've had people price installation of microlocks $1,000. Here in Nigeria, you can see installation for maybe 80,000 naira, 100,000 naira. So different places have different prices for the installation of microlocks. What is the cost of installing microlocks where you are? Whether you're doing it yourself or you're going to a loctician, there is a cost involved. Okay, even if you are doing it for yourself, time is money. Okay, that is the cost that is involved, even if you are doing it yourself. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to be equating time with actual money, because time is money, right? You have to consider the opportunity cost. The opportunity cost of installing microlocks is the wig, trending hairstyles that you can get. You have to make a decision on whether to invest that amount of money in installing your microlocks. A lot of people install locks and then along the line, 6 months, 3 months, they take it out because they don't like the way it looks. It was not up to their expectation. Installing microlocks is not just about the microlocks itself, it's about the time involved, it's about the precision involved, and it's about the foundation. Okay, the time you spend installing it, the precision with the grid, the size you want. A lot of people are very particular about their grid pattern, and also the foundation. You don't want to install your locks and then along the line, as it matures, the base becomes too thin for the actual lock strand, and then your locks begin to fall off, or you find you have to combine a couple of locks. Some people go in with the intention of getting 500 locks or some kind of number of locks, and then by the time you get it, you discover that it's quite a lot. You have to think of all those things when you are considering the cost. All these things goes into the actual cost that they are charging you. Okay, I know these days some locticians charge really high, but that's why you compare prices and also look at reviews before you make your decision. Okay, at installation, microlocks is a one-time or once in a long time investment. It's a long-term style, so the idea is that you invest that one-time capital for a long period of time. Okay, let's just say 5 years or more. It's definitely not designed for you to invest that amount of money for installation and then take it down in the next 1 year or take it down in the next 6 months. It's really important for you to think of microlocks as an investment in your hair. About retightening, you don't retighten tiny locks every week. You can plan when you want to retighten your hair. For new locks, for starter locks, it's recommended every 4 to 8 weeks. And that's just depending on the texture of your hair. People with softer hair, their locks tend to slip frequently. So that's why you have to go at least every 4 weeks, that's every month, for your loctician to repair the slippage. So in order to keep or maintain the integrity of your locks, maintain the integrity of your grid pattern. But I find out that as your hair matures, you are able to stretch your retie. Okay, for example, when I started going every 4 weeks. I think I went every twice or 3 times, because the only issue I had was with the back of my hair. This side, exactly, all these back sides, you can see they are very thin. Now most of them are locked, like this one. This one is already closed. But at the beginning they were slipping so often. At a point, I think after my first retire, at a point I had to just braid this whole back side section of my hair. I just braided it one line because I was so scared that everything is going to lose out. The whole locks are going to slip out. The whole grid pattern will be destroyed or something. So I braided it and waited for my next retire session, and then my loctician was able to sort it out. And in fact, she was even laughing at me because it seemed that I overreacted. After that, I took the risk and stretched out my retie to 6 weeks. And currently, this is about, let's say, my 22nd month. Yeah, this will be my 22nd month. I currently retire my hair every 7 to 8 weeks. I usually like to keep it 7th week. My 5th week post retire, my edges are a mess. You can see that my edges are already grown out. Even let me just, yeah, this is my center part, and you can see the new growth is already out. As at the time I'm filming this video, this will make it my 3rd week post retire. I mean, definitely is still too early for me to retire. My parts are still clean. Yeah, so definitely I'm going to leave it till like 7th week or 8th week. So what I'm trying to say is that when you maintain microlocks, you have the flexibility of choosing when you do what you want to do. There is no emergency. You don't have to keep a particular day in a particular month, and then if you don't get your hair done, then everything is going to just go bad. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, you can stretch your hair, your styles, depending on your hair texture and just how your hair behaves. So basically, just listen to your loctician. If you do your hair yourself, listen to your hair. Observe the way your hair behaves. You actually have the opportunity to plan yourself. And I'm talking about this because planning helps you save money. And also, even though you chip this in that might be going to a loctician now, I highly recommend that every lockhead know how to do their hair. For me, I'm currently working a 9 to 5, and definitely I will not always have the time to do my hair myself. It's very important for you to know how to do your hair yourself, because a lot of times it might not be convenient all the time to depend on your loctician, especially considering your location and how available your loctician is. Maybe when you have planned like a period, maybe between this date and this date, your loctician is not available, there's no spot. And for someone that is a busy professional, that is not convenient. At this time, it's very good if you know a bit of how to do it yourself, just the edges. I don't know if you see if you go back to my last video, I'm going to link it somewhere here. First time I retied just the edges of my hair, you could see like the difference was clear. You might not know that it's just my edges that I did. If I don't show you, you can just get yourself a fresh look just by doing 2 lines of the first row of your edges and maybe the nape. You can just get a fresh look until when you are able to go to your loctician to get it done properly. So basically, when it comes to retightening your hair, microlocks encourages predictability. When you find your rhythm, it becomes routine, it becomes second nature. All right. The same way you had to have a section of your brain calculating what hairstyles or how you should pack your loose natural hair, or what protective style or low manipulation style you can do that will last you a week. that same part of your brain is the same part of your brain that will tell you I'm free till the next 8 weeks, and then definitely you are going to have more space to think of other things until time to do your retire. So that's very liberating, that's very freeing. Another cost item that you should consider for microlocks is the product and the tools. Now, the very nature of microlocks promises little to no product. Okay, when I mean little to no product, I mean I've seen people maintain thriving locks just with water, just spray their hair with water, and their locks are growing like wildfire. You need as little as just your spray bottle with water. There are also people that like to put light leave-in conditioners. Some people even deep condition their locks. That is debatable. Anyway, the truth is that it's your hair. You have the freedom to do whatever you want with your hair. Okay, to try whatever you want with your hair. I mean, the worst that can happen is that you get build up, right? And maybe lint, and then you sort it out. The truth about microlocks is that it gives you the opportunity to do as little as possible and as much as you want. The basic and most important thing you need is water and maybe light oil. For the tools, if you are going to a loctician, you literally don't need tools. Just take yourself there and they'll do it for you. But if you are doing your hair yourself or you want to do your hair yourself, you just need the basic tools. There are different types of tools you can use to relock your hair. So research and find the best one for you if that's the route you want to take. Another benefit of microlocks is there are no emergency days before work events. So that's why microlocks is very perfect for me. I don't have to spend that much energy thinking about what to do with my hair. This is a basic side part. I can do a center part. I can style it if I want. And there's no pressure. I realized when I got microlocks that I was able to plan my spending when it concerns my hair. I'm able to plan my expenditures, and then my expenditures was not so scattered. I wasn't thinking about the next products to buy. I wasn't thinking about so many things. It was just it simplified my budgeting process for my hair. It's just when is my next retire, when is my next retire, when is my next retire. I could even pay in advance for my retire, and then when I get there, it's done. The amazing thing is that microlocks did not create a fresh expense for me. Microlocks helped me organize my expenses when it comes to my hair. So I'm going to be talking about time as a currency, which is very important for working women. You have to decide on how to style your hair, the next style, the next trend. There's a lot of decisions you have to make when you don't wear your hair locked. But when you wear your hair locked, a lot of that decision is taken off your shoulders. It eradicates last minute panic. Okay, no matter how late I am, that time I'm always late, and it's always because of my hair. Because I mean, I have to style my hair like two different ways before I'm satisfied. And then the days where it just does not look right, I just have to put a wig on or wear a cap or wear a scarf. But with my microlocks, I have more time to do my makeup, more time to do any other thing I want to do, and not, rush because of my hair, because my hair is ready to go. As soon as I take it off the bonnet, it's ready to go. Any other extra thing I want to do is just extra because I want to do it. So when you have long days, when you have low energy, that's when you really appreciate your microloans, because it requires little to no effort. I always say that time saved is money earned. If you are able to save time with your processes as a working professional, as a working woman, you are saving money. Just the same way as you save time going on a flight instead of a road trip, you save time delegating to other people. That's just the same way. Attention that you need to follow up on your hair, on your next hairstyle, on how to wear your hair, on what to do with your hair. Microlocks helps you delegate that attention, like move that attention, shifts that attention to other relevant things. And I mean, as a busy professional, as a working woman, nothing beats that. My hair stops competing with other areas of my life for attention. Wearing my hair locked gave me the opportunity to shift my attention to other relevant aspects of my life. It gave me the time to discover other hobbies, to return back to hobbies that I had abandoned. So another perspective change I'd like you to think about is expensive versus valuable. When you say something is expensive, I know that people will be like, oh, Microlocks is so expensive. Like I said at the beginning of this video, Microlocks is not cheap. Okay, yeah, it's not cheap, but your wigs, the wigs that you buy, Brazilian wigs and Peruvian wigs, all those like trending wigs and half wigs and all that, they're also not cheap. Okay, I mean, if you think about it, styles and hair, as women, our hair is not cheap. Okay, our hair is not cheap. They are just varying degrees of expenses. That's just the truth. Even if you do your hair yourself, you're spending money. You're buying products. You're buying extensions. You're buying stuff. Okay, your time, the time that you take to do your hair, that's money. All right. So there is always a cost attached to it. Yes, the most expensive part of Microlocks is the installation. Once you are done with that, retightening. However, except well, maybe for those that have really long locks, I mean, the retightening might be being realistic. Retightening might cost more than the actual installation, depending on the length of your hair. But technically, all things being equal, the most you'll spend on your hair, on your microlocks, is actually at that installation period, right? But if you think about something that is valuable has intentionality, has predictability, looking at it long term. If you really enjoy following trends, the next new hairstyle, yeah, you'll probably be frustrated with your micro locks. But if you're like me and you value your flexibility more, you value your time more than following trends, then Microlocks is perfect for you. So, in case you are deciding whether to get Microlocks, don't rush. Don't make any decision based on urgency. Clarity always beats pressure. Do your research. Really know what you want. Really know everything that it entails. Don't just rush into it. If not, you'll find yourself rushing out. So, at the end of the day, I believe that Microlocks cost money, yes, but they also give structure, time, and peace. So let me know in the comments if cost has been your biggest fear in your decision to get Microlocks. If this video helps you think differently about cost, please like it and share it with someone that is stuck at this stage. All right. The next video, we're going to talk about care as a working woman, as a professional. So if you are interested in that video, comment microloc care in the comments below and we'll get to it soon. All right. Thank you.